I'm still ratting on about this, aren't I? He teleported outside of Fluttershy's bedroom and was about to knock when a thought occurred to him. Hold on. If you're going to do this right. He summoned a bouquet of roses and straightened his tux. He then knocked on the door and heard the angelic voice from inside. 1 minute. As he waited, Discord started sweating. All right, you no need to be nervous, he muttered to himself. Just one girl. Just one amazing, beautiful... My, it's hot in here. He tugged at his collar. You can do this. Whatever you do, don't look like a... Discord? He was so distracted he had not heard the door open. He quickly straightened himself up and forced a smile. Fluttershy, are you ready to... He stopped at the extraordinary sight before him and nearly dropped the bouquet. She wore a golden dress, roses and vines embroidered along her skirt. Along the skirt. Her hair was tied into a long ponytail hanging loosely over her shoulder. She wore only a little makeup that gave her face a slight glow. When she looked up at him, her teal eyes seemed to sparkle. Something like this I want to see, because I think it will look absolutely adorably cute. But to me, I don't think cuteness looks beautiful. Like, for example, I don't like it when a boy calls me beautiful, because I've been teased a lot about it. But I like it when a boy calls me cute, because it feels more natural to me. But I want to see something like that, because I think it'll look adorably cute. Is everything alright? Discord opened his mouth, but no words came out. Fluttershy glanced down at her attire. Is it too much? I can change if you'd like. No, he blurted. Then he pulled himself together and cleared his throat. You look amazing. She turned away with a blush. Discord then remembered the bouquet and handed it to her. For you, my dear. Fluttershy took the flowers with a smile. Thank you, but I'm all out of vases. I'll fix that. He snapped his fingers and a new dresser appeared in her room, a vase on top. The roses then flowed over to it and settled themselves inside. Couldn't he have just, instead of, magicking up another dresser in her room, he could just magic up a vase and make it float? Or he could have a hanging vase. That might look good, you never know. She doesn't need another friggin' dress, for Christ's sake. Discord had an idea and made one of the roses come back. He bent down to Fluttershy and fixed the flower into her hair. He took a step back to admire her. It suits you. Fluttershy blushed again. You're too sweet. So where are we going? Discord turned his back to her and crouched down. Hop on and I'll show you. Her eyes widened. You mean climb on your back? Yes, we're flying there. Oh, but I can fly by myself. Well, where's the fun in that? Besides, I don't want you to wear your precious wings out, my dear. Okay. She hesitantly crawled onto Discord's back and looked at hooves around his neck. Draconicus turned around and opened one of the windows. Hold on tight, he whispered to his passenger. He unfolded his wings and raced towards the window. Fluttershy shut her eyes and let out a squeak as he launched into the air. Woohoo! Discord cried. Fluttershy, you've got to look at this view! His only response was a whimper. He turned his head to see the Pegasus burying her face into his neck. He raised an eyebrow. You can look, you know. But it's so... Fluttershy stammered. Hi. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're afraid of heights. You're a Pegasus, for crying out loud. It's, not of heights. It's of falling. You have wings! How can you... Discord sighed. Look, if you fall, I'll catch you, all right? I promise. Fluttershy stopped shuddering. He was right. She was being ridiculous. Oops, sorry. Hesitantly, she opened her eyes and glanced out at the Evertree Forest below her. She immediately closed her eyes again. Are we going to land soon? She pleaded. The Draconicus rolled his eyes. All right, hold your horses. He snickered. Get it? Hold your horses? He waited for a laugh, but got a whine instead. Fine. Ooh, there's a good spot. I'm really glad of my Discord voice. I am really good with it for some odd, strange reason. Actually, I want someone to ask to tell me how come I'm getting better doing the Discord voice? Maybe it's because my voice is just naturally deep for a girl, for a woman. For a woman, it's naturally deep. For a woman, it's naturally deep. I can sound like a man, but not a man, a British man. Blah 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 blah. He slowly descended into a large clearing in the wood. He snapped his fingers and turned to the shivering pony on his back. It's okay, you can let go now. Fluttershy opened her eyes and floated to the ground. She glanced at their surroundings and gasped at the sight of a table draped in white cloth with a candle in the middle. 2 covered dishes were set in front of two cushioned dining chairs. As a last-minute touch, Discord summoned a violin, playing softly by itself in mid-air. He bowed to his date, gently taking her hoof. "Shall we, my dear?" she giggled as he lightly kissed her hoof. He then ushered her to one of the chairs, holding it out for her as she sat down and pushed it back in. Fluttershy was impressed at what a gentleman he was being. "And what would my dear sweet Fluttershy like to eat?" Discord inquired as he seated himself. Salad." "I know just the thing." He snapped his fingers, and when Fluttershy lifted the cover of a dish, she saw a bowl of bright green leaves with no stems. Tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, feta cheese, and ranch dressing. It was just the way she liked it. She had stopped asking how he found out about these things. Discord had a chocolate milkshake, though as he sipped through the straw, the glass disappeared rather than the liquid. Again, Fluttershy knew better not to question the spirit of chaos. "This was really nice of you," she said with a smile. "Well," he chuckled, "I think we've both been cooped up in that castle for too long. Besides, it is lovely out here." She gazed into the darkness of the trees. "What if a timber wolf or something shows up?" He waved his paw nonchalantly. "Please, I'm the scariest thing you'll find in this forest." She looked at him shyly. "I don't think you're scary." Discord tried to contain his joy at hearing her say that. "Well, there you go. Nothing else should frighten you, then." "Oh, I'm not brave." Hello? Is this the same pony who sacrificed herself to save her country? You can't get braver than that." He paused. "I've always wondered, by the way, what made you decide to accept my deal?" Fluttershy glanced down at her plate. "Well, you see, I had to save the princesses, and I've always wanted to be brave. I guess that was my chance." He leaned forward onto his claw. "What about your friends?" She winced at the mention of them. "Well, they wouldn't have been better off spending eternity in darkness." Seeing her saddened expression, Discord realised he had to change the subject, and fast. "Well, out with the old and in with the new, I always say." "When did you ever say that?" "Just now." He summoned them each a wine glass, filling them with grape juice. He raised his glass. "A toast to the future." Fluttershy gave him a swell smile, and clicked her glass with his. It was only now that she started growing suspicious. They had a candlelight dinner before, but dressing up, playing romantic music, and talking about the future. Not only that, but they were out in the open where someone might see them. He was up to something. When she had finished... God's sake. I don't know why my nose is like this. When she had finished eating, the violin started playing a rendition of Somebody to Love. "You hear that, dear?" Discord said. "They're playing our song." He teleported beside her and bowed. "May I have this dance?" She stared at his open paw for a while, and then slowly took it. In a flash, the clearing had turned to a marble pavilion, the columns decorated in flowered vines, candles illuminating the tiled floor. He led her to the middle and pulled her close. He twirled her around as he had done the first time they had danced, until the sun changed. Discord mused. This one's a bit slower. Oh well, might as well comply with the maestro. Bet you, Fluttershy was about to say, but was cut short as he snatched his paw around her waist and gently took her hoof in his claw. Now he's leading me into a waltz. He's definitely up to something. Neither of them noticed the Alicant flying above them. Princess Luna was making her nightly rounds when she spotted the pavilion, knowing it had not been there the night before. She cautiously flew closer and gasped, seeing Fluttershy in the arms of the monster. She was about to charge toward them when she heard the music playing from a violin missing its musician. This was a direct violation of the agreement made. Discord was not supposed to create this chaos outside of the castle ruins. This meant he no longer had the right to his claim by Fluttershy. Twilight Sparkle passed on the message that she was not yet his wife. Luna now had the chance to rescue the pony. And that's right, Discord has been, gone on his rule, meaning that now he can be turned to stone. So now don't we do it, because we want a happy ending. So all we care about is wanting a happy ending, isn't it? I don't care about happy endings. Okay. She made ready to charge, but then looked at the scene more closely. Discord was dancing with the Pegasus, and she showed no resistance. Curious as to what was going on, Luna dove behind some bushes and watched. The waltz was difficult for Discord because Fluttershy was so much smaller than him. He could not hold his arm outward without straining her foreleg, which is why he turned and dipped her as much as he could. Eventually he found a solution, and placed his claw on her waist, along with his paw, bringing them close together. Why did you like to dance like this? Fluttershy inquired as he dipped her again. He smirked as he slowly brought her back up. You'd be surprised how much you can learn watching from afar. She glanced around nervously. Discord, what is this all Shh, he whispered, putting a finger to her lips. No words, my dear. Just enjoy this beautiful night. Luna could not believe what she was seeing. It was hard enough for Discord dance to the waltz, but since when did he compliment on her night? She did not understand why the Pegasus was so calm. She was in the arms of the creature who had stolen her away to be his bride. What had happened in the past month that made her suddenly unafraid of him? Pardon me. Christ's sake.